On May 22, 2010, the world watched in horror as Air India Express Flight 812 met a tragic end. The Boeing 737, carrying 160 passengers and 6 crew members, was on a routine flight from Dubai to Mangalore, India. The majority of the passengers were Indian expatriates returning home from the Gulf. Many were excited to be reunited with their families after months of working abroad. The flight was scheduled to land at Mangalore's Airport, nestled amidst the rolling hills of southwestern India. The airport, known for its challenging tabletop runway, would become a significant factor in the disaster that unfolded that day. At 6:05 a.m. local time, the Boeing 737 touched down on the runway, but the landing was far from smooth. The aircraft overshot the runway, careening past the designated landing zone. It plowed through the safety barriers, plunging down a steep slope at the end of the tabletop. The impact sent shockwaves through the surrounding area, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Villagers living near the airport were among the first to respond to the horrifying scene. Emergency services rushed to the crash site, but the scale of the disaster was overwhelming. The aircraft had broken into multiple pieces, engulfed in flames. Rescuers worked tirelessly amidst the wreckage, desperately searching for survivors. Miraculously, 8 passengers were pulled from the debris alive, their survival against all odds offering a glimmer of hope in the face of unimaginable tragedy. However, the vast majority of those on board perished in the crash, making it one of the deadliest aviation accidents in Indian history. The aftermath of the crash was marked by grief, anger, and a desperate search for answers. Families of the victims struggled to come to terms with their loss, demanding accountability and justice. The Indian government launched an investigation to determine the cause of the crash. While aviation experts from around the world offered their insights, the focus quickly shifted to the actions of the pilots, the airport's challenging terrain, and the overall safety protocols in place. The investigation into the crash of Air India Express Flight 812 revealed a complex interplay of factors that contributed to the disaster. The tabletop runway, while not inherently dangerous, presented unique challenges to pilots, especially during landings. Its limited length and steep drop-offs demanded precision and left little room for error. Investigators discovered that the aircraft had touched down over 5,000 feet down the 8,033-foot runway, leaving insufficient distance to slow down and come to a safe stop. Furthermore, the investigation found that the captain had been asleep in his seat for over 90 minutes of the 2-hour flight. His co-pilot had also been dozing off and was jolted awake by a warning just moments before the crash. The pilot's fatigue, combined with the challenging landing environment, created a recipe for disaster. The investigation also highlighted lapses in communication between the pilots and air traffic control, further compounding the already critical situation. The crash of Flight 812 raised serious concerns about pilot training, fatigue management, and the safety oversight of airlines. It underscored the need for enhanced safety measures at airports with challenging terrain, particularly those with tabletop runways. The tragedy served as a stark reminder of the importance of human factors in aviation safety, highlighting the devastating consequences that can result from even seemingly minor errors. The crash of Air India Express Flight 812 left an indelible mark on the aviation industry, prompting a global reassessment of safety protocols and procedures. The tragedy underscored the importance of addressing pilot fatigue, improving communication between pilots and air traffic control, and enhancing safety measures at airports with challenging terrain. The Indian government implemented a series of reforms in the wake of the disaster, aimed at preventing similar accidents from happening again. The crash also highlighted the need for better training and support for pilots operating in demanding environments. Airlines around the world reviewed their fatigue management policies, recognizing the critical role that pilot alertness plays in aviation safety. The incident served as a stark reminder that even the most experienced pilots are susceptible to human error, especially when faced with fatigue and challenging conditions. The legacy of Flight 812 continues to shape the aviation industry today. The lessons learned from this tragedy have led to improvements in pilot training, fatigue management, and airport safety, making air travel safer for everyone. However, the memory of that fateful day serves as a solemn reminder of the importance of vigilance, preparedness, and a steadfast commitment to safety in the skies. The human cost of aviation accidents is immeasurable, and the pursuit of safer skies remains an ongoing and paramount endeavor.